my first reaction was just yes, and I didn't know what I was going to be committing to. So Houston Tents and Events were able to be involved in the Super Bowl in New Orleans this year, not with the event itself, but with a hospitality angle for a party that was hosted, and the purpose of us was to build the infrastructure out. We essentially created a venue for the Super Bowl in New Orleans where the clients were able to host multiple educational sessions in there, conferences, parties, roundtable discussions, different things with different leaders within the communities, and also have some social elements on the side, be able to do a watch party and that sort of thing. So my background before I got into tents and event rentals, I started out in sports at college, working at University of Houston. My focus was athletics. And so my sophomore year, I started out with equipment management, and I was equipment manager, and I did the laundry. And so I was willing to get in there on ground level and polish the balls in the summer to get ready for the season before camp. I mean, you name it, I would do it. And did that for a season, and then there was an opportunity to what we call go upstairs. There was an opportunity to go join the coaches and be there, like the football operations and recruiting, like student assistant. And so obviously jumped at that, and that let me get a different angle and see more of the business side, which is what I wanted to kind of learn and understand. Is I know the X's and O's part that you're around all the time in the equipment side, but I wanted to see more logistics, like how are all these things intertwined together at a collegiate level. And at that time, we're going through the UH glory days right now for us, and you don't realize it till later on how these things impact you as a person and as a professional. I don't know, I just think like that's a good thing about life in general. Like, just when you got an opportunity, take it and go all in. And if you lose or you don't accomplish what you want to that time, try again. You know, I knew that if I wanted to be able to have a stable house, I needed to, and my wife wanted to be able to continue to give back and be an elementary teacher, I needed something that brought in a little bit more money. And so I decided that I would go into Fortune 50 and go work for Comcast. And so I still got a sports fix every step along the way. I always want to have a sports connection. It's my link of substance of why I'm doing what I'm doing, to always give me that balance. And some things went south for Comcast on an acquisition they were going to make, and I decided I was going to go small business. I started my own, and that's where Houston Tents and Events comes in. The city was just electric. I've never been in that close quarters of an area that had that much energy. And the project we did was right there in downtown New Orleans, right next to the convention center. And we were able to constantly see people in and out. We're right next to where the NFL's doing their NFL experience. And so there's constant foot traffic by our project. And in fact, there were people there that from Tennessee, where I grew up, that were seeing content that we were sharing periodically, and being able to see what we're doing, and they're coming down because they're Eagles fans. You know, it's like, so for me, it was a great way to showcase what we can do, but also for me, it's that sports connection. That same thing that I said I always kind of have to have anywhere that I go. That's what doing things like this, the Super Bowl in another city, gives me my substance. It's my fix, you know, for my sports attachment that I like to be able to have. I think that you're only given an opportunity like that every so often. My hope is that that this is going to translate into more opportunities at the other Super Bowl host cities. And I'm excited about the future opportunities we're going to have to operate and do things on that sort of scale in the future. Nothing better than people looking around and seeing Houston Tents trucks or equipment and knowing that no matter what city it is, they know where it came from. It's Houston, Texas.